He started recording.
Hey, and welcome to the Crew and You podcast. Today we have a special guest with us. This really isn't a podcast; it's just a bunch of us just talking. Of course, we know Margarita, but very special guest, near and dear to both of our hearts. This is actually how we kind of all
Oh,
met, got together. Um, John, you want to introduce yourself?
sure. My name is John Lawrence. I am the director of cybersecurity for Calumet College. I teach for Purdue Northwest, Ivy Tech, for digital forensics, and
Don't
I've been
downplay. You've got
cyber.
more than that.
I've been in cyber for I don't know 10 years or so. I know how much Will loves when I start talking about winning a CTF.
Yeah, so he's very
And
bashful and shy about it, but he actually met the president of the United States two times or three times for winning these
twice.
twice. Okay, so are you gonna share?
Once it was Trump, once it was Obama.
Okay, and why did you meet them? Because of pure
Of
coincidence that you guys were
winning the yeah, my
passing the
smiling
mall, or
personality. No, for winning the CTF um for oh my god, I can't even think of the website now.
U.S. Cyber
Um
Challenge?
US Cyber Challenge, yeah, uscyberchallenge.org.
I got a participation trophy from them. I think it's because I filled out the form correct. That's about it.
Well, it's the only problem that I don't like with it, and it's all about hacking. It's how quickly can you answer the 30 questions. Is it 30? I think it's 30, unless they changed it. The gentleman that did the competition, he owned the CTF, and that's a good thing to do because you can make a lot of money from owning a CTF, getting sponsorship and everything like that. So people ought to look out for our Osmosis CTF.
Hey, I like that little plug there. And you can see the CTF at osmosis.ctfd.io.
Yeah. Both Will and Margarita took my forensics class, and are moving on to bigger and better and greater things, which is fantastic. And at some point, I want to, or I'm in the process of trying to incorporate an actual OSINT style class into our bachelor degree program. So instead of networking, because I don't know, I haven't incorporated it yet. I'm guessing maybe I'll have two paths: networking and OSINT.
And I know
For as
I know the
far as
perfect person that you could utilize as an instructor.
well, perfect. You?
No, I'm looking down at her right now.
Oh, look at you!
Oh, me. Oh yeah. Well, I did mention I accepted a opportunity to teach a workshop for more. I did tell you, John, a more beginner
Yeah.
OSINT and digital
Hmm.
forensics.
Did you get
So
approval
I'm
from
looking
your
forward to that.
employment?
What about the Hetherington group?
Oh, we're talking about this right now. No, no comment. I can't make a comment on that, you know.
I,
That's
I
something
get
I
you.
would not
I get
discuss
Guys can't
here.
talk about their spy crap.
But all I can say is that I am actively interviewing, still on the job hunt. So that's all I can say for now on
Okay.
that
Well,
matter.
I like that. I like that. Good luck. And we will always
Thank you,
write
John.
a letter of resume, a letter of
Recommendation.
recommendation. Thank you. Thank you.
You have
Thank
your
you.
medicine already.
Yes.
I no, I have not. I'm still sore from my bike ride.
Yeah,
That
William. Yeah, William. Did you at least make sure to like fuel up, get some food, make sure
Then you just said you
yeah,
said you
yeah,
went 25
we stopped
miles.
at Subway to take in our.
And is this a bicycle or like like an adult tricycle? I'm just asking.
I rode a mountain bike.
Okay, so I would take a tricycle. So I can put stuff in the back. That's what I would do. They make them for adults. It's not like just for kids.
And then Margarita could stand. She could stand on that little ledge between the two back wheels.
Exactly. Somebody gets hurt out there. Who do they go? They're like, tricycle man, help us. We need to. There you go. I'm there.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Oh my gosh. Hilarious.
So, but was it really 25? Was it 25 miles?
Yeah. Yeah. We went from so I guess it would be from Highland to I guess it would be Griffith, and then it was Gary, and that's when we heard the story about what happened at the Jackson 5 home, because I'm like, it's right here. It's like right here. We were riding by. And then it went to Porter, and I think that's at that point, that's where we turned around and had to come back. So it was what, 12.5 miles one way, 12.5 miles back. So it's 25. So I was bitching out a friend of mine who's like, yeah, you want to come do this? It's only 7 miles. Yeah, what's 7 miles?
Not a good friend at all.
So is this something you didn't prepare for this? Like you didn't
no
train for this?
No, he's just like, hey, why don't we go on a bike ride? Let's go do this. And I'm like, yeah, sure.
Wow.
And then they're putting your bib on your shirt, and you're like, what the
right?
What bike ride is
right?
this?
Roy's a professor at Calumet College, in case he listens to this. So he get a shout out to his business program and everything.
Give him a shout out. Give him a shout.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it was good. It was good. I'm a little more out of shape than I thought.
You know, when you go on an unexpected 25-mile bike ride, you normally find things out about yourself.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could just like randomly like do it unplanned. I think I would need to plan, like prepare for sure.
So I used to play sports, and I was a lot more active until I got my 4th or 5th concussion playing football. And I did not know who I was. I didn't know who my parents were, my dog, anything like that. So they're like, guess what? We're going to put you in a little bubble and you can't play sports anymore. And I was like, oh, this sucks. That's why I was looking at doing that microdosing to fix the bruise in my brain. That I guess.
Where do you?
Well, and not technically microdosing, but it's being tested at the Mayo Clinic about how to deal with CTE. And they had like professional athletes go through. They had I can't remember what the hockey player's name was.
It's a brain disorder, William. He's talking about a brain disorder.
Yeah, not CTF,
right?
CTE.
Yeah, no, I was like so close to a CTF. I was just curious about the microdosing and where we were going with that. And
I was going to tell you, John.
So apparently, it grows back neurons in your brain, and that's what they're coming to discover. Apparently, when they did this research in the 60s, they shelved it, and I guess the Mayo Clinic and some other hospital in Minnesota, unless that's the Mayo Clinic, we're revisiting this.
What was the
And-
microdose of though? That's what I'm curious about. Like,
Oh, it was like psychedelic mushrooms.
oh,
So
Okay.
so
so you were only
uh,
supposed to take this much, but you took this much.
no, I didn't take any. I didn't make it in the program.
Oh,
They only
disappointing.
took people. They only took people that lived in Minnesota. So I made it down to a point, and they're like, "Oh, did we tell you you have to live in Minnesota to be in this program?" And I'm like, "No."
So
Oh,
I've,
sorry.
I've heard of that
so-
with ketamine. They do that a lot with ketamine with microdosing.
Mhm.
But I mean, in
So
Florida,
now
we've got
they're-
magic mushrooms everywhere. If you want, I'll just grab you a handful of them. I don't know how to microdose.
No,
I just-
what they're doing
Kidding.
now is what they're doing now is they're going to open next year, in most major cities, a certified doctor that you go to, and
It's like a drug dealer.
yeah, Yeah.
Cool.
and you sit in the office for the whole experience, so you don't have
The whole
bad-
treatment.
the whole treatment. That's the word I was looking for. Treatment.
And trip is probably not a good word to use either. We'll call it
No,
a
probably not.
bad
Yeah.
side effect.
Yes.
Side effects
Yes.
include seeing the walls melt, seeing people turn into giants,
Yeah.
seeing Margarita
So-
look angry that I'm talking about it like this.
So it's still open, my understanding, because I tried signing up for it. Oh my God, it was probably 5 or 6 years ago, to get into the program, because all I had to do was show like this big bruise I had. And they're like, well, it might not go away without this. And I didn't really do drugs when I was a kid, you know. I'm
We're all
serious.
friends here.
I was
I'm
hold on.
serious.
I was gonna say be careful what you say on here because Mr. William might
know.
not edit it out.
Oh, yeah,
I
no,
know.
well, we can go YouTube live and then we don't have to worry about editing. I said we can do that. Just
No.
nobody wants to do that.
No, I don't want to go YouTube live. I
Why?
thought you were
Yeah.
gonna edit our video.
I thought I knew
And then-
how, but apparently I don't know how, so I'm sorry.
And then we
You
could
could've
go
just
on like
told me.
we could do like a 25-mile bike ride looking for open networks and record it.
Like war driving?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it sounds like something we could do in Vegas. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's
We
gonna be
could probably do
blast.
that.
Did you get your ticket yet, Professor?
I am in the process of
Are they
buying
gonna-
my
are they
ticket.
gonna pay for you?
John.
Huh?
I'm
Are
sorry.
they going to pay for you?
Yeah. They're paying for it.
Well, get
Yeah.
get the make sure you get
Yay.
your hotel room, book that as soon as possible because they're
Oh.
they're running out.
Which hotel are you guys staying in?
Well, we have a block at they've got an entire block at the Hard Rock. Somebody's getting a suite.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Sweet
Well,
girl deserves a
first-
suite room to stay in. I'm talking
Oh,
like
well, that's because she's going to be the speaker of the event,
yeah, main star right
the
there.
MC,
So
if you may.
so she gets a kitchen. She's got a mother-in-law suite attached to her suite. She's got a living room, a dining room. She's got everything. I'm talking like presidential suite kind of stuff. Like they take care of her.
Is there like a margarita maker in there too?
There's probably a person to make margaritas in there. And then I said,
Oh,
listen,
I hope
said,
not. I'm gonna
that's
be
where the
weird.
after party is then. And she's like, no, we can't do it there. I need to sleep. I'm like, well, let's go in my freaking queen little room and we can.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
Well, I hope
She's got a
you're.
party
I hope you're
pad.
kidding. No, I hope you're kidding because I don't need a suite. Like,
No, you really have a
We're not
suite.
gonna be. We're not gonna be there. Let's be honest. We're gonna be in the conference. I looked at the agenda. It's like from morning to night. So
And
I'm not
that's
sure,
not
but-
the behind the scenes stuff too. Like, I mean, but you won't have
are
to
you
do that.
serious?
You'll be probably getting
Behind the scenes.
the massage crew will be massaging your feet in your suite at that time.
You're.
I'll be
Oh
getting
my
your
god.
nails manicured and pedicured or whatever they do to nails and getting a
You'll-
head massage and they'll be like
You'll come home a brand new woman.
Yeah.
feeding you
probably.
caviar.
Oh
Ew,
yeah.
I don't know.
Caviar.
There's so much caviar there. There's going to be like 2 or 3 different kinds, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Mm-mm,
probably.
hope not. I'd be happy with just some French fries, and that makes my day.
Well,
Literally some
we are
French
pretty
fries.
close to New York, and I think that's where the Eiffel Tower is, I believe. But Hard Rock is where we're at, John.
So
and-
Hard Rock's almost to the end of the strip. It's like on the newer side of the strip, away from. We never stayed at the Hard Rock. I stayed at the New York.
that's where the Eiffel Tower is, correct? The New York.
That's where the 2 piano players are.
Uh,
So you go
oh,
there. You go there
Greenland Piano
and
Place?
yeah.
I
You
love
go
that.
there
Love
and you put in $1 and you pick a song. And if they can't play it, you win the bucket of money. I have
Oh.
never seen them not know a song. And I did Slayer, I did Beastie Boys.
Are there
we
any
did
rules to these
Beastie
songs?
Boys.
Like
no, just that they could play them. If they
international?
can't, doesn't matter. There was someone that did like a classical music thing, and they broke that out, and we're like, wow, they had to
Okay,
been
so
the
they've
best.
got like the notes and stuff in front of them.
No, it's just you walk up and you say, play this song by this band, and they're like, is it something like this?
And you're like, oh, you got my dollar, you son of a gun.
Yeah. They were really good. I don't know if they've ever lost. They must just sit there and have songbook after songbook after songbook. And I don't know.
Or
It's
potentially
entertaining.
Asperger's potentially. So they've got that
Something,
like really
that memory of being able to play them all.
I didn't mean that to be
There's
offensive.
2 people.
Margarita, you got that like you're offended look.
Oh,
I didn't mean that
no.
disrespectfully.
I'm looking at
There's 2
something,
people,
that's fine.
so I'm convinced that one person knows certain genre of music and the other guy knows a certain genre of music. They both don't have to play it.
long as
Just
one
one
of
of the 2. Yeah. So like we were like doing rockabilly, we were doing like old school Motown, all kinds of stuff. And no, they knew it all. And then we sat there a while watching other fools come up with like ridiculous songs.
That's cool. So Margarita did recently apply at a company, an organization. And I was just curious how that process went, because we never really had an opportunity to talk about that. Like for the viewers that we have, I mean, John is a cybersecurity professional. He obviously is in charge of an entire college. I mean, at any moment, if it's attacked, we could get a phone call right now. Like he could say, "Hey guys, I have to go. My school is under attack," and then he just rips off his shirt and he's got a Superman cape, boom, and he flies out the window. At any moment, this could happen. So be prepared. But Margarita, what was your experience like with?
Similar to Will, I worked for a police department doing digital forensics, and I was their cyber guy for 10 years before doing it. So we had all kinds of incidences that we had to deal with from people just in town. It's horrifying on how easy it is that people get
Superman cape?
trapped, no, or suckered in to some of these situations. And it's not like they're going and downloading, torrents or anything like that. They're just falling for email scams, phishing scams. It's simple stuff that a lot of people need training on. I know at the town that I worked in, they were never trained. You just had to know or listen to people like me say, do this, don't do this. That
Goodness.
was it. Yeah. I mean, what about your department? Did you have cyber training?
No, we didn't. But well, yeah, well, to an extent, but just and on this whole cyber front though, to circle back around to Margarita, how was your experience with that interview? Like, can you tell us about that? I'm sorry,
I think
we'll get back.
didn't I ask her that question and she said no comment?
No. You asked about a specific company. She's interviewed at a
Yeah.
couple companies. So I'm just like,
Oh.
in
Yeah, I just said
general.
I said I'm actively interviewing. How does the interview process how has it gone?
Like,
I
what kind of
guess it
questions do
just
they ask? Are
depends.
they like,
Oh,
I
that's a
mean,
good question.
I think the main questions they always ask is why do you want to work here? Okay.
and
So when
what's a good
you're
response to that?
asked that question, you really need to know about the company. So you can't just say, I really like this place. You have to go into detail.
Mhm.
And so that's really the chance for you to show what you know about the company and
Mhm.
how your goals and your values align with that company and their mission statement. And so if you don't bring that stuff up, they're gonna know you don't know the company. And then so they're gonna wonder, why do you really want to work here if you don't really know the company? So definitely recommend you do your job and research before. Another question that ask would be, mm,
What do you want to
usually
do in
if it's
5 years?
yeah, I mean, yeah, but I haven't heard that question though.
Oh, that's good.
They've asked me like, how do I feel about working remote? Because some of the positions are remote and some are in person. So they usually want to know, how do you feel if it's new to you? Like they want to kind of gauge what to expect if it's going to be like a new environment for you. Because some people don't do well remotely. They just don't. And some people do. I do well remotely. I'm a self-starter. If you ask me to do something, I'll go get it done. Um, if I have questions, I'll immediately let you know I have questions, or I'll bug you and tell you I have questions.
Can you get that
But
Discord channel done for me?
oh my gosh. Anyways, back to the questions.
She'll be
Um,
teaching my OSINT classes in no time.
She's good.
yeah,
She
They'll
really
we'll
is
be
neat.
see.
remote.
Everybody
We'll
watch out for
see.
this one because she's the next big
Yeah.
Oh
thing.
my gosh.
I know
Um,
she
and
absolutely.
another thing is they might ask you like a scenario. It's very common for them to ask you for a scenario where you had a difficult time, because they want to kind of see, I would say more, I guess how you respond to certain situations. Um, and it's important that you provide examples that are not like negative. You don't want to be saying that your coworker ticked you off or something like that. You want to more say something like, you and your coworker um, have different communication styles, something like that. Those are some of the questions. But the main thing is that they want to see how you align. Well, I can't focus here. I'm trying to focus. The main thing is they want to see how like your experience aligns with the job role and the description. So it's important that during that first interview that you do ask those questions about what is expected of you, what tasks, what duties are expected, and that they want to know if you can, one, complete them, have you had experience doing them. And it's that time that if you haven't, that you are able to basically convince them that why do they need to hire you. Usually it's more than one interview. It's not just one interview. You usually go through several rounds.
Mhm.
I think I interviewed with one company and they told me it would be 3 rounds and then I would need to provide a writing sample. And
Flashpoint.
it was a William, no
No,
names.
I just no, I'll say their name because I know that it's their standard that they will terminate. They will say no to you 3 times before they give you an opportunity. You have to go back to them and continue to go back to them.
Uh,
And so Flashpoint, that's just
but
that's
it's
their standard hiring policy, but to see how you handle rejection.
yeah. Yeah.
And you
But
know
I
what?
think
I think that they'll lose out on people that way. I don't know how many people
They will. They will, but that's what
give
they want to
them.
make sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so but that kind of lets you know how much do you want the job? Like how much are you willing to go through? Because some people, me personally, I've talked to people who told me they've applied to a lot of jobs, like hundreds. And I always ask, did you tailor your resume? Because it took a lot of work for me to do one resume, to tailor it, and to write
Mhm.
a cover letter. And a
Yeah.
lot of people don't tailor the resumes. They just submit them
Mhm.
for whatever reason. And then yeah, I mean, um, every experience is different. You just got to prepare yourself. You got to be prepare yourself. And sometimes the interviewer might not be that great. So you have to prepare yourself for that too, and kind of be ready for that.
And as far as the tire goes, because I know with the remote positions, you obviously you're not going to be face to face necessarily, but as face to face as we may be, are pants necessary or are they optional? Just no, I'm joking, but professional, business casual, business professional, suit and tie for guys, business suit for women. What would you say is the best thing to wear?
Oh, well,
And I know
I
different
would
roles, but
say,
obviously,
yeah, obviously, but I would say that like if you're going on a Zoom call and we're seeing face to face, I would expect to maybe be like business casual. I don't want to see you in your PJs. I don't think nobody wants to see me in my PJs when we're talking work. And not just that, but for me personally, um, what I wear will help my mindset. So if I'm wearing my pajamas, I'm gonna feel lazy while I'm doing my work. And so I don't wanna have that energy. And so I will dress up, do my makeup, do my hair. Um, that will help me complete my job. I mean, that's just how I work. I can't speak for everyone else. Maybe
At
taking
Ivy Tech,
notes.
at Ivy Tech, well, at a certain college, when you're doing your final project, they want you to come dressed up. So they give you like, we want you in a suit, we want you in a tie, we want you in a dress, something like that for professionalism. So you understand what it's like when you're doing those presentations or anything like that. So I get it. I mean, I know when I went through it, I thought it was kind of silly, but looking back on it now, I get it. I understand. I know some people that worked at Dell Secure Works, and the way that they would hire people was they would have meetups um, once a week at different bars or restaurants in the area, and to get a feeling of you, because they could train you to do whatever they wanted. They wanted to get somebody that would be receptive to their training, someone that they didn't have to retrain when it came to learning a new skill or learning a skill the way that they wanted you to know how to do it. So I kind of like that. That's kind of the way that I hire my teachers. You know, um, I don't sit down with them and have a beer necessarily, but
that's why I still haven't gotten a job.
yeah, that's because you turned me down one too many times.
No, never have turned you down, sir. I said, yeah, just let me know when you're ready to go. I got HG on board with getting things going. The book, the everything
Yeah.
for the course. We're just waiting on the green light from you, sir.
So how is the book?
Oh, it's awesome. Sales are great. She's I'm not gonna say, but hang on, let me just pause this recording for a second.
Wait, what? Okay.
And that's the big secret about that. But yeah, so no, um anyway. Yeah, so no, the book is awesome and it is for sale. You can get it on Amazon and I mean, I'll tell you, I don't read. I mean, I know how to read, but I don't read books like ever.
I
You're
use
on
it as
mute.
research.
You're on mute, Margarita. I seriously, I read like I hate reading. Like it's just the most. If there's a movie or somebody with a nice voice that can read it to me, I would just do that. I'd much rather prefer that. But um, I read this book literally from cover to cover. Like I didn't stop. I'm like, this is the best book I've ever read. And I mean that and the book Blood Lessons. It's a cop book. Talks about life and death experiences. Charles Rembrandt something wrote it. Two books I've ever read that I have read from the beginning to the end without stopping. So yeah, definitely pick it up.
So maybe Margarita should read it and record herself like a little MP3 of the book.
Well, there is actually, if you go to that CTF, there are some recordings of Margarita. As she did do some
Ooh,
voiceovers. Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah. She starred as a victim of kidnapping. As they put their gun.
Wow. Good for you. Good for you.
There was a lot of people actually reaching out to me like, hey, so who is this voiceover actor? We really want to figure out who she is. So we might want to hire her for something.
You better put that on your resume. Every time you do something like that or a speaking event, that's something you want to add to your resume. And if you're going to do other speaking events, there's a website. Man, I knew I was going to bring it up and I can't remember the name of the site. And it's
you didn't know we
about.
were going to talk about it. How'd you know we were going to bring this up? You knew someday I would bring this up
once before, and I forgot to look. Ron Bush would use it every time he would go and talk somewhere. And then people would contact him and be like, hey, we saw you did a talk at this convention, at this.
Yeah, you told me about this. You did.
Yeah. And we'd like you to do it for us, paid, bam.
So
And
what is it called? I'm looking it up right now.
We don't remember.
Okay.
But it's like if you're a subject matter expert. So
but yeah, exactly. I will get you the link. I will look up the link. All you have to do is look up speaking engagements and
Ron Burgundy. Ron Bush.
Ron Bush. Yeah. No. It probably would come up, all of his speaking engagements that he did and his podcasts.
John, I think we're going to get you a chair back here too, because it seems like you might be part of the crew officially now.
This
was originally it was just going to be Mild Lion Consulting. That's the organization that she's currently employed with, president of. She's bashful of that as she got promoted.
She's not just a president, but she's I don't
know. She was the chief CDO, chief digital officer.
Oh,
I think. And she got promoted from that and rose to the rank of president.
Wow.
Yeah. She's bashful. She's shy.
This isn't like a Banana Republic, right?
They don't sell clothing, no.
Not a Banana Republic like a dictator. Like Junta, like there would be a
No, she's the president. I mean, she's not elected, she's appointed, but she's not like a king or queen or dictator. Like she doesn't like say off with her head. She just runs the day-to-day operations of the company.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
She does a good job, I think.
Yeah.
Basically, I am in charge of keeping William accountable. That's really what I do.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Right? Yeah.
I'd say that's fair. I spend too much money on our business cards, and then she's like, it's not a real company. We don't have business cards. I'm like, we have business cards. Here's your business cards. I've got like 7 different styles of business cards, and she doesn't like them. Every single time. I'm like,
I didn't get to pick the style. He just sent me some cards he printed at home.
No, first I sent you
William, this is a great lesson here. So when I was running at DeVry, when we were running our student chapter for our cybersecurity group, we got t-shirts after this one.
Free t-shirt if you join also, just so you know. Oh, and Margaret, also, I'm going to need to send you a link. I need you to join this organization really fast, please. You don't have to be a board member. John's already volunteered for that, so thank you.
What is it for? Which organization?
Well, you want to be a board member? You can be a board member.
Yeah.
No, but I meant like what organization? Can you at least tell me?
How about this, William? Why did he step down?
She stepped down. Standby.
Okay. Are you serious? That's why she got upset? Okay, yeah.
I just want to
Well,
get the reactions of you guys laughing about that too. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
well,
but
I can say that, right?
yeah, the person did, but we do have a whole plethora of t-shirts now, so we are giving them out.
Oh,
We're
that's
not
nice.
selling them.
I'm Mr. and Mrs. Osen.
No, this is
Wait, do I get a free
through
t-shirt?
yeah, of course. It's through the high tech Florida's
Okay,
chapter of the high
I'll join.
technology.
Wait, do I
Oh,
have to pay for this? Do I have to pay for this?
There is a membership, but I'll cover it for you. High Technology Crime
I mean,
Investigation
I mean,
Association.
oh, so my work covers my membership. That's good to know. Thank you. Thank you.
HTCIA,
Yeah,
High
yeah.
Technology Crime, HTC,
High Technology Crime Investigation Association.
yeah, yeah.
And just when you just make sure you join the Florida chapter. Florida chapter. Florida. Do you need the website? It's htcia.org.
Can you please send me a link?
I sure can.
I'll beat you to it.
You won't. You won't. You won't. I'm trying so hard. Oh, will you beat me? Will you beat me?
But I didn't make it a link, so I screwed up too.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a good organization. It's got some roller coasters of life, and we're just trying to recover from this last kind of just kick in the gut. I mean, we had some um you know fallback from oh, hang on. You guys continue. I need to take so I had a case on my last day of work last week, and a homeless gentleman literally had everything he was stolen from him, and this was it. So yeah,
Oh yeah,
he was asleep underneath the overpass and saw he went around the corner for a second, and when he came back, he saw this bike and it was just driving away. So one of the officers that I work with just called me up and said, "Hey, does this look like his bike?" So you guys can continue. I'm just going to step into another room really quick just so I can take a phone call because I believe that is
Yeah,
the bike.
yeah,
Can
yeah.
you stop recording, please?
Yeah, I can. I'll pause the recording too. So as we were talking about earlier, sorry the professor is no longer with us. He did get one of those emergency phone calls where he did have to run. I don't know if it was that or if he had to use the restroom because he did say he had some really wild lunch today. Maybe a little bit too much TMI. I don't know. But as we always do, kind of closing thoughts. As I am not in focus. So today we talked about a whole bunch of absolutely nothing, which is our specialty. We did actually talk about some good cybersecurity stuff and some upskilling and upbringing, and Margarita shared some good stories with us. Thank you for that, Margarita, too. And you got anything you want to close with, Margarita?
Thank you, William, for passing the torch. Anything to close off on? I think to add, I would say just to I guess take time to take a break sometimes, especially if you're on the cybersecurity journey. Um, there's a lot going on, especially if you get on LinkedIn, everyone's taking courses, people are submitting their achievements, and it's great to be supportive, but sometimes if you start to compare yourself, it can disrupt I think your journey. So it's good to take a break now and then. Make sure you go outside and take it, enjoy the fresh air. Make sure you're spending time with your family, doing your hobbies, doing stuff that still you love to do, and take a break from the computer and from constantly overloading your brain with so much information, because it just helps to avoid burnout. And then if you're having problems or you feel like you're stuck, make sure you reach out to someone. Just sometimes talking to someone else is enough. It's all you need. But yeah, just a good way to be supportive of people as they're going through their journey, because it's tough right now, especially getting a job. So
Thank you for that. And I agree with everything you said there. I mean, we do suffer from imposter syndrome as we're applying for jobs, and we don't realize that we are good at what we do. We just think that everybody's Mr. Robot, or everybody is Cynthia Hetherington, or everybody is, but that's not who we're, going up against. We're going up against candidates that are not as experienced as we are, and experience comes in different ways and different forms. And Margarita had made a very good point. Sometimes you need a mentor. Sometimes you need somebody to bounce an idea off of. And you'll see that throughout these videos. I'll always throw these plugs out there. But the Osmosis Association, there are a lot of really, really good, talented OSINT professionals in there. Membership is free to join. There are tons and tons and tons of Discord channels that have cybersecurity stuff. If you guys want to talk to me, I'm more than happy to talk. My phone number is 352-232-3545. Yeah, that's a real one too, not even a hidden one. But shoot me a text message, and just because if I don't know who you are, I'm probably going to be like, sorry. But I'm more than happy to help out in any way I can. This field is growing, and we really do need people. And I think it's the opportunity is there, and yeah, I mean, just don't be scared to go out, and don't be afraid to fail, because I know Margarita has failed like maybe once, but I fail all the time, and every time I fail, I learn something new about myself. Um, it makes me better and stronger so that I can succeed the next time. So I guess that's about it for the Crew and You podcast today. Maybe we'll see you again. Margarita, you'll be scheduling the next one, so because I got work the next. Well, I've got so worked yet. Was supposed to work yesterday. Was supposed to work today. Taking a half day tomorrow, and then so busy stuff. But we'll get you on board. One of these days we'll be doing this live.